Hello guys, we are back with another Roguelove adventure. Today we are looking at Sil, version 1.3. We are deviating from what we had planned before. We were looking at the 2009 7-day roguelikes. We will get back to those, I promise, but first we're looking at this. We were on our way to Tales of Maj'Eyal via Angband through Zangband through Pernangband and next on to Tome 2. We'll get back to that eventually, I promise you. I need a break from the Tome 2 environment. I'm not a big fan of that environment, although I love the T engine. Sil is an Angband variant of sorts. It's actually a variant of another game called NPP Angband, which is a variant of Angband. Normally, I would not look at this until we've gone through NPP Angband, but A, I promised we would look at this next. B, I checked it out and I'm really excited about it, so I kind of want to play it. And C, it actually deviates more substantially from centralized Angband than any other variant we've seen yet. So it's almost like a standalone game. Here we are. The world was young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen. Welcome to Sil, a game of adventure set in the first age of Middle-earth, when the world still rang with elven song and gleamed with dwarven mail. Walk the dark halls of Angband, slay creatures black and fell, wrest a shining Silmaril from Morgoth's iron crown. There's a lot to digest right there, guys. A lot of stuff that actually is pertinent to the game, not just lore setting or flavor text. It's actually directly relates to how the game is played and what the game means. And what I mean by that is, well, look right here. First age of Middle-earth. Sil sticks much more closely, well, maybe not just much more closely, but directly to the first age of Middle-earth in a way that Angband certainly doesn't. Angband is, slightly flavored with Middle-earth, but it's also flavored with whatever the hell they felt like throwing in. This is really hardcore Middle-earth. Elven song, that's very literal. There are no spells per se in this game. You sing songs that have magical effects while you're singing. Gleaming with dwarven mail. There's no plate mail in this game. Everything is, chainmail is kind of like the ultimate armor because that's the way it was in Middle-earth, at least in the first age as far as I can tell. You can also see something that's a deviation from Angband. In Angband, you are going into Morgoth's lair, but you are going to kill Morgoth. In this, you are going specifically to take a Silmaril from Morgoth's crown, which is a gem that contains some sort of life force of the origin of the world, as I understand it. I think I've mentioned this before, even my own roguelike, Caverns of Zeskasian, involves assassinating a great demon. I do think the idea of taking an item has better gameplay elements than one with assassination. Reason being, you don't have to play a character where you specifically gear yourself up for combat only. You can play this one with pure stealth. You could literally play this game, Sil, without fighting a single enemy the entire game. I think it'd be very tricky, but you could do it. Alright, so we're going to dive in 1 second. A few other things I want to get out of the way. A, you can see right here there's a tutorial. I've played that tutorial. It's awesome. How awesome is it that a tutorial exists at all? But it's actually a very, very fulsome tutorial. I did play it 2 days ago, so hopefully I remember what I learned. That's all that I've played of this, so I can't guarantee, or almost all that I've played of this. I can't guarantee I'm going to play well, but I'll play my best. The other thing I wanted to mention, this is, as I said, Sil version 1.3. This is the latest version of Sil. That said, Sil stopped being worked upon by the originator of the game some time ago. I'm not sure how long ago. And since then, someone else has taken up the mantle and created something called Quirk Sil, or Sil Quirk. I think his name is Quirk, like his online persona is Quirk. So there is another variant of Sil that apparently is even more polished and even has more content, but sticks as well to the Sil's centralized theme of First Age of Middle-earth, which we will eventually get to play. So if we like this, we have that to look forward to as well. I may also return to this, especially if it's a short game, because from what little I've played, I've really, really, really like it. All right, let's create a new character. Let me go into the game itself instead of the window that I always do and start a new character. I will point out we are playing in one big window here. Just like Angband, normally this game opens with multiple windows. There's like 4 or 5 defaults, and you can open even more than that. But I hate recording that because I have to record my whole screen and then I have to zoom in on a portion of the screen, and it just becomes a big chore and a big, not just a chore on my end, but it makes the visuals a bit blurry for you. I'm going to play with one central window, just this. You don't need the other windows. They're all superfluous. You can use things like the look command to find out what a monster is rather than just have it pop up in a little sub window. So if you're not used to playing like that, you can play the usual Angband way with multiple windows. I just personally don't mind playing with a single window. So here we go. We have 4 different races to choose from. The Noldor, the Sindar, the Nogrim, or the Edain. Unlike most Angband variants, or even most roguelikes, The races are not balanced. They're intentionally not so. The Noldor are just better than the Edain. If you're playing the Edain, you are playing specifically at a massive disadvantage. These are really your difficulty levels. Noldor being the easiest, Edain being the hardest. We're going to play the easiest because I've never beaten this damn game at all. As you can see, there are certain benefits to the abilities right off the bat. Noldor has +1 dexterity, +2 constitution, +2 grace, whereas Edain has nothing. He also starts with blade proficiency and archery efficiency, whereas Edain starts with nothing. Edain are just basically humans. Noldor are a type of elf, the oldest elves, I guess, the deep elves. Let's even read it right here. The Noldor are known as the deep elves, for they are the most learned, and inventive of the elven kindreds. They saw the light of the two trees in Valinor and gained much in lore and skill. They are tall and lithe, yet so strong of spirit that they can endure vast hardship. Their hair is mostly dark and their eyes gray. One moment, guys. Sorry, I just got back from an audition, and it was a long walk in a very cold weather, and I'm congested and possibly going to slur my speech. We'll find out. Okay, let's take on Noldor. Enter. Now, you do have 3 choices here as well. There are no classes in this game. You're just some sort of adventurer. You sort of evolve your character as you go. But you can have sort of a class in a sense of choosing your house. We can be the House of Feanor. And again, you can see the effects right there on the right. Dexterity +2, Constitution +2, Grace +2. It would also give us smithing affinity. Or the House of Feanor, which would be slightly different. Or these are not incidentally on top of Dex +2, Dex +2 is not on top of the earlier bonuses we got. That's including those bonuses. Or House of Finarfin. Now, the rule book, and again, excellent manual. One of the reasons we're steering away from Tome 2 is there is no manual, and I can't figure out what the fuck's going on. This has a very, very detailed manual that is devoted to Sil, and it's quite good, so definitely check it out. They recommend you play as a Noldor from the House of Feanor. I might do that, but this is kind of tempting. I like the extra grace and stuff. I don't know. All right, let's just play the standard that they suggest. House of Feanor. Feanor was the greatest of the Noldor, though proud and unyielding. He created the Silmarils, which Morgoth later stole, and he led his house across the sea. Why beautiful? Just a generic sea, to Beleriand in pursuit. Those of Feanor's house are fiery in temper, but capable of great works of beauty. I kind of forget how to smith. That's one of the other reasons I kind of want to avoid playing this version. One second here, guys. I'm just having trouble seeing my, here we go. I'm going to have to do that every once in a while. You can't see what I just did, but I have to check my timing. My bottom bar for my windows, the toolbar, is not disappearing for some reason. I don't know why. So it's covering up the time we've been recording. All right, let me get back into the game. All right, let's hit enter. Okay, here we go. What can we see here? Now, something else I should point out that's already been on display proudly, and it's not on display on this screen. Oh, yeah, here it is at the top. Our usual stats from Angband, which are the usual stats from Dungeons and Dragons, have been pared down. We still have strength, we still have dexterity, we still have constitution, but intelligence and wisdom and charisma have all been rolled into grace. What else can I tell you? Unlike Angband, you're not going to level up in the same way that you do here. You do level up, you put those points into skills and even into improving your initial attributes. But there are no potions that you can drink to raise your attributes. There's no really getting your health up very much. You really have to rely on armor or dodging attacks and that kind of thing. You're not going to become massively more powerful in the traditional Angband sense. You will become more skillful, etc., but you won't become massively more powerful in the traditional Angband sense in this game. It is also a much shorter game. Morgoth and his Silmarillion crown there reside here at 1,000 feet, as opposed to 5,000 5,000 feet, which is where you're trying to get down to in Angband. So we're only going down 20% as deep ultimately, and it should be a much shorter game, even if we miraculously win. Okay. You also spend your points. You don't roll anything here. You spend your points how you see fit on your various stats here. By pressing, you can press up or down. You can see I'm cycling through those zeros on the right. That's how many points I've put into these things. You press left or right to improve a stat. So I'm going to press right here. I'm going to put, say, 3. You can also see it costs more points to go up. Like if you go up 1 into each, it's only costing us 1 or 2. I think it was 1. But this one costs 2. I think one more would cost 3, yeah. So it costs 1 extra for every level you're going to go. Let's try that. Still have 1 point left over. That ain't good. Let's go, can we do that? There we go. All right, there we go. So 3 strength, 4 dexterity, constitution 4, grace 3. Your grace dictates to some degree how, not your spell points per se, but how long you can sing songs. It does other things as well. Strength is a primary determinant of how much damage you're doing in combat, a much bigger determinant than it is in Angband, say. Dexterity is a primary determinant in how well you hit. Constitution directly determines your hit points. Grace and dexterity also have direct impact on these skills you see here below. Melee, archery, evasion, and stealth are all tied to your dexterity skill. You can also level them up individually. Perception, will, smithing, and song are all tied directly to grace. You can also level them up individually. I don't know if we can do that right now. Enter to accept current values. I guess that sounds good, unless we're allowed to go lower and do these. Nope. Enter. So we have 5,000 points now to raise these skills directly. Without calling up the manual, I can't tell you exactly what everything does. But you can guess some of it for yourself. Melee would make us a better combatant. Let's put at least some into that. Let's put that up to 7. Archery, I also want high. Evasion lets us dodge blows. So your armor absorbs damage in this game. It doesn't raise your armor class. Armor will absorb damage directly that you take, while also making you an inferior fighter, usually the more heavy the armor. Evasion, on the other hand, will let you dodge a blow entirely, i.e. they will miss if they swing at you. Do you want to ignore the latter half? Let's maybe try this. Let's stick to that. Let's just make a fucking... let's do a little bit in the song. A little bit in the song there. What if we did this? Is this any good? I'm not sure what smithing has to do with you being able to smith stuff. We could rely on what we find, I guess. I don't really know enough. I don't know enough about the game to know, what is a viable strategy. Let's be honest. Oh my, this higher and my this higher, and again. We have 100 points left to put into perception. There you go. For better or for worse, that's our character. All right, hit enter. Sex, we're going to be male. You're one of several children of a bard from the House of Feanor. You have light gray eyes, straight black hair, and a fair complexion. That's cool. Enter to accept history. Do I care about my age, height, or weight? I don't think so. We're 6'9". Holy Christ. We're a big guy, but very thin, apparently. We're 4,270 years old. Just getting around to stealing this gem now. All right, we can have a random name. Let's do that. Let's press tab for random name. Leolac. All right. Cool by me. Into the vast and echoing gloom, more dread than many tunneled tomb. I'm doing a disservice to you with my reading today. Let's try that again. Into the vast and echoing gloom, more dread than many tunneled tomb, down awful corridors that wind, down to a menace darkened shrine, down to the mountain's roots profound, devoured, tormented, bored, and ground by seething vermin spawned of stone, down to the depths he went alone. And then hit enter. Okay, there we go. So here we are. You can see the general layout of the game is much the same as anything. You can still press L to look. Let's do that right now. You're on an open floor. Let's look over here. There's a curved sword. Now, unlike Angband, there's also no stores. There's no town. You were assumed to have just had some big fight or something, and you ended up in the dungeon with very little. Let's press I. We have 3 fragments of lembas in our inventory. We have 2 wooden torches that are unlit. That's all we got. If you press E for equipment, we've got a wooden torch burning. That's it. Let's grab this sword, so at least we have some equipment. You press comma to pick things up, comma. You have a curved sword. Now let's take a look at that. What can I tell you about this curved sword? It has a -1 to hit. That's what that first number in the brackets means. It does 2d5 damage. I forget what the +1 means, to be honest with you. Let's equip it, though. Now, how do you equip? You can press it has the old default W for wield if you want, but the actual official command is U for use. Use which item? Curved sword. Okay. Now, our actual damage, let's press that. How do we get to that? Is it question? Yeah, you press, escape. Press escape, go to the character sheet. You can cycle through these things. What can I tell you right now? You can see our armor is +10. I don't know why. I'm not sure why it's +10. Maybe that's +10 to dodge, I guess, maybe. But we absorb 0 to 0 damage. We don't take away any damage. Our bows are +7 to hit, doing currently 0 to 0 damage. Our melee is currently +9 to hit. So that's including the -1 from the sword. It still ends up being +9. And we're doing 2d8, not 2d5. Why? Because of our strength. You actually add your strength any damage rolls you're doing. So rather than 2d5, we do 2d8. If our strength was 10, we'd be doing 2d15, I guess. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Let's get out of this. Our melee skill is giving us +9 to hit, I guess. You can also see over here, I can't show you with my mouse, but if you look at next to melee is 9 equals 5. 5 is maybe the points we started default, maybe. We put 4 into it, therefore we're at 9. -1 from the sword puts us at 8, and +1 from another source that I'm not sure what that source is. Alright, we have 0 experience, we have 41 hit points. Our voice is 34. Voice is the equivalent of your spell points, but you don't spend it and then have to wait for it to regenerate. It regenerates constantly, and while a song is active, it... Let's just press this really quickly. How do you sing? You press S to sing. I'm just going to see what options we have for singing. S for sing. You don't know any songs of power. Apparently we didn't start with any songs, so we can't sing. We are a warrior only. You can press the standard period and a direction. Bump into a door to open it. Done. Loving the ASCII scheme here. Okay, those are not chests or keys or anything like you're used to in a lot of games. Let's see what this thing is first. Another curved sword, just like the one we have, as far as we can tell. These are enemies. They're Tanglethorn. What can I recall about them? Because I've played a little bit, I already have a little bit in my mouse memory, but not much. You've encountered 2 of these creatures, but no battles to the death I recall, though apparently it only counts your current game, or else it's the fact that I didn't finish my other game. I just kind of abandoned it to show you guys the game. Now, how do you get experience? You can see we've got 15 already. We got points just for seeing them. The first time you see monsters, you gain some things. This creature is normally found at depths of 50 feet. It cannot be critically hit. It is mindless. It also doesn't move, incidentally. It sometimes appears in groups, as you see here. Nothing is known about its attack. Encountering another would be worth 3 experience. So just merely meeting another one would be worth 3 experience. Killing one is worth 10 experience. So there you go. Let's go kill them at an angle here so we're not getting hit by other things. Now, how do you rest? Shift and 5. Hold down Shift key, press the 5 on your number pad, and you're all set. Let's chop this guy down. There you go. We got 30 experience. I mean, I'll pick this up for now. Why not? Maybe it's magical if we're lucky. I don't know if it would tell me that already or not. We do not have the dual wield proficiency. There are skills you can gain. Those are going to be wolves. What do we know about them? Because we encountered them, we got experience. This ragged wolf is part of the orcish packs. This creature is normally found at depths of 50 feet and moves quickly. It is unintelligent. It usually appears in groups. Nothing is known about its attack. Encountering another would be worth 2 experience. Killing one would be worth 10, just like our Tanglethorn. Now, I haven't told you about sneaking at all yet. Stealth is a huge, huge part of this game. If you want to, for one thing, you can press Shift S. Let's go look at this. You can see right here, Shift S for stealth mode. That will turn on your stealth mode. When you're in stealth mode, you move slower, but your stealth is higher. Obviously, your stealth skill, that we can see right here, comes into play. Where is that? But it's not just your stealth skill and whether you're in stealth mode. Sticking near walls will make you more stealthy. Not having a light source, I believe, will make you more stealthy, although I'm not sure about that. But in the tutorial, I was able to sneak past like within 1 square of monsters and not have them see me. So it can be a viable tactic. I don't want to do that right now. I actually want to get their attention and fight them. But, here goes an orc too. I don't want to fight all of them. The fact that they are listed in the highlighted version, by the way, means they haven't seen us yet. Let's see where that orc is going. Okay, he's left. These guys might be asleep. Let me just attack it. You can see its hit points over here on the bottom left of the screen. It's only got 3 little in the bar there. It's also confident, too. It tells you its state of mind. I don't know what the 2 means, but it's confident. Shouldn't have been. It's dead. The other guys haven't even woke up yet. I killed him with 1 hit. Killed him with 1 hit, too. I haven't even got hurt. All right, leather armor. Let's get this. G also works. Let's look at it before we put it on. So again, what can I tell you about this? -1. That's going to give me -1 to hit as long as I'm wearing it. But every time I'm hit, it will absorb 1 to 4 damage. Pretty cool. I like the weapon and armor system. You know what that +1 is? You know where the extra +1 is coming from with our to hit? Because I see that +1 next to curved sword. That is because of our affinity, and just occurred to me now. Let's look at our character again. Might as well learn as much about this game as we can while we got the chance. Kiri, calm down. Where am I looking here? Skills we want to look at. Or abilities. A for abilities. Melee abilities. Nope. Archery abilities, no. Where do we see that weapon affinity thing? I remember on the title screen it mentioned the fact that we have blade affinity. That's why we have +1, the extra +1 to hit. That's why it says +1 next to the curved sword as well, because we get a bonus of +1. So we lose 1 for using the curved sword, but gain 1 because we're using a sword. Put on the leather armor. Okay. More wolves. I don't mind them. Set of gloves. Let's get that. Let me look at that. Doesn't tell me anything about it. Shall we try using them? I pressed W. I probably should. You should probably stick to U for use, but I pressed W. Now I'm wearing them for what they're worth. They don't seem to have any effect on my armor or anything. Pardon me, I need some water. So we're doing just fine here so far. Another suit of armor. I'll take it for now. I don't know why. I don't know if there's a reason to, but I'm going to. See if we can deal with that orc. Oh, there's 2 of them now. The AI is better than normal as well. It uses something called 4G AI. I don't know what that means, to be honest. That guy's running. Let's get an ashen staff. I don't know how to use that. Probably A for aim or something. Let's take a look at our this. At our this. Sing, look. U for use, D is item commands. Inscribe, you can still do that. Let's see here. I pressed A at one point, like I remember doing this. Activate which staff, yeah, that is what it is, okay. Let's see if we can examine it. X for examine. Examine which item. Let's press asterisk to see our list, and we're going to look at the ashen staff. Hasn't been identified. I guess we're going to have to use it to find out what it is. Now, there is no, I don't think there's a hunger clock in this game per se, but there is a time limit, sort of, in the sense that as you progress, I'm not sure where you see this. Let's just look at it right now, see if we can tell. Is the character sheet, maybe? Here you go, minimum depth. Our depth is 50. Our depth is 50 feet. Our minimum depth is 50 feet. As you progress, that minimum depth will increase, and you will not be allowed to reascend past that depth unless you have the Silmaril. So it does force you eventually to move forward towards Morgoth, whether you're ready or not. You eventually have to move forward. You can go up and down stairs a bit. It will bring you to a new level, as far as I can tell, just like standard Angband. Doing just fine here, man. Made a hell of a melee character. What are those M's? Spider hatchling. Oh, I don't think about them. Monstrous, newly hatched spiders. Already the height of a dog. They would probably present little threat, but for the venom in their bite. Fuck. This creature is normally found at depths of 150 feet. Shit. It is unintelligent. It usually appears in groups. Nothing is known about its attack. Encountering another is worth 10 experience. Killing one is worth 30. Let's not fight them just yet. Matter of fact, let's close this door behind us by pressing C for close. It automatically detects the closest door and closes that. Where'd this guy go? He's running like hell. Another set of gloves. And we found a trap. Now, these set of gloves, as you can see, we can already tell that they are special. Let's try putting them on. Wield E. We were wearing a set of gloves. Now we're wearing a special set of gloves. And because some of the things when you put them on, you instantly learn what it is. We gained the ability Parry. It's our set of gloves of swordplay. Let's take a look at our character here, if we can, by pressing escape, by going to character sheet. And we want to look at abilities. Melee again? I don't see it in melee. Maybe it's under evasion? Parry. The fact that it's highlighted in green, you can see we already have this. Doubles the evasion bonus granted by your primary melee weapon. Now, what is our evasion bonus? I don't know. I don't know how to determine that. But allegedly, we've improved it. Maybe there is none on the curved sword. I don't know. What is that trap to our north? It's an alarm trap. Let's not mess with it right now. I don't think we're very good at disarming. We could try to disarm it, and we would gain experience for doing so. Let's kill the fucking spider. Did it. He didn't see me coming. Let's kill this one with one hit. Let's kill the Tanglethorn. Let's rest a tiny bit. There we go. Shift N5. A filthy rag. I mean, I'll pick it up, but I don't know what the fuck it's for. It might be a armor. This little son of a bitch got away from us. Now, that maximum depth you can be... I think it's an Orcish Scout, as I recall. Let's look. An Orc Scout. Normally found depths of 150 feet. He is one of Morgoth's grim mockeries of the firstborn. The miserable creature tries to stay away from you and attract attention. It has a crude spear. Encountering another would be worth 10 experience. Killing one would be worth 30. If we had a bow or something, we could shoot him. But that doesn't seem to be happening, does it? He's just running like hell. Oh, I got him a bit. There we go. Got him. He is dead. That forcing you to go down is, as I understand it, somewhat time-based. Like, spending a lot of time exploring level 1 is going to, leave us less time to explore later levels. So I've heard some players say you should probably move on fairly early from the first level. But, it's working out for us for now, so fuck it. And I don't know enough about the game to want to rush. I kind of want to see what the game has to offer on each level. Let's deal with a Tanglethorn. Let's rest. Let's deal with this Tanglethorn. Let's rest. Well, we've almost got the map, I think. Let me just press Shift and M, and that still works. And we can see the map. It appears to be roughly it. As you can see, like any Angband map, because it compresses everything to fit it on the screen, you lose some detail, you even lose some walls, which is kind of annoying. I think modern Angband seems to have eliminated that. I don't know what happens if we go up there. If we would just instantly lose or what. Let's get this orc. Ooh. 50 arrows, good. We need arrows. Come back here. Alright. We can spend our experience points soon. You actually spend them in this to level up abilities and such. We'll do that soon. I think when we hit 500, there's an ability I want. You can spend them directly on your attributes, which would be amazing. Or you can spend them on abilities. Let's enter a maze of down staircases. Alright, dungeon level 2. Out of how many? 50, I guess. 50 levels is how many we're going, right? No, 20. 20 levels. What the hell am I saying? 1,000 feet. So we're 10% of the way already. Studded leather, which would give us more protection at the cost of making us a shittier guy. Let's do it. Let's wield F. I'm not a finesse kind of guy. I'm a pick up the heaviest weapon and the heaviest armor and wear it kind of guy. Shit. Kill those spiders. Alright. Let's do it now. Let's spend some stuff. Let's press escape. Let's go to our character sheet. Enter. Let's press... You can do A to increase your abilities or I to increase your skills. Your skills are actually your well, I guess that's what we want. Your skills. Abilities is your attributes, I think. Let's try and increase skills. No. Okay, you can do it right here. I see. These things. Actually, melee and that kind of thing. We don't want that. We want abilities. Maybe you can't do your attributes. I want melee. And I specifically wanted... what did I want? Power. Power gives a bonus of +1 damage sides to your melee attacks, but makes it harder to score critical hits. Is that what I want? So we're not going to get critical hits as often, but we do more base damage. Is that what I want or not? Maybe not. Maybe just put points right in. What if we did points right into melee? Let's try to increase skills. If we did this, that would cost us 600. Let's just do that. Let's keep it easy. Okay. Our melee went up, which I believe makes it easier for us to hit. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see that. Let's press escape and B character sheet. Yeah, you can see we now have +10 to hit instead of +9. So we'll hit things a little bit easier than we did before. I love the way you level up your character in this. I think it's excellent. Very cool. Let's rest because that fucking left us hurt. Let's rest again. Here comes a wolf. Hasn't seen us. I'm just standing here resting. Okay. Let me get the short sword. Do we want to use that? It would give us basically +1 to hit over what we already have. But instead of doing 2 to 10, nah, I think we're better off with our strength and stuff to use the heavier damaging weapon. You saw his status, by the way, changed to fleeing at that point. As I understand it, on level 100 feet, you are automatically guaranteed instantly to find a smithy, like a forge, where you can smith stuff. I don't quite know how to do that. I'm not going to take the spear. I don't need it at all. I will take this, though. A pale green herb. Now, this is just like a potion. Like, you don't know what it does until you use it. A discolored spot. I'm not going to try disarming shit, because, well, A, I don't remember how. Is it Shift D? I think it's Shift D. Should we try it just once just to find out what happens? Shift D. Yeah, you failed to disarm the color spot. It automatically detects that there's only one trap within range that I can see, so I don't have to put a direction. It's very sophisticated. I'm really loving this. As Angband variants go so far, this is really up near the top. I'll be honest, out of all of them so far, my favorite remains Moria. Over Angband, over anything, which is bizarre, but it's true. A gore crow. What the hell was that? I didn't really see what it was. Ah, here we go. You enter a forge. It has 3 uses remaining. Every time we enter, it doesn't use it, does it? I don't remember how to use it. Let's not use it yet. Let's at least finish exploring the level, and then we'll figure out what if anything, we want to do with that. But you can make magic items and everything else, depending on your crafting skill. I should have looked to see what that was to learn what a gore crow is. I think it's B for bird. What are these guys? Are they just standard orcs? Just an orc. Sometimes appears in groups. He can hit to attack. He has +2 to hit, apparently, and does 2d6 damage. He has 7d4 health and a defense of +3, which means I have -3 to hit him. And he absorbs 1 to 4 damage without getting hurt. He has 1 will, 2 perception, and is sometimes found asleep. Encountering another is worth 1 experience. Killing another would be worth 2. He may carry an object. Not terribly afraid of orcs just yet. What's this? Spear we don't care about. Murky brown potion. Let's take that. These guys haven't seen us yet. There we go. Get the drop on him. He's running. I don't care about a short sword. Don't care about a short sword. Wolf. Take that out. Let's rest here. Alright, let's advance. Let's rest again. What is that? We know what a wolf is. A blue serpent. You encounter one of these creatures, but no battles to the death are recalled. A snake, the length of a man, with hard blue scales. There's a chill in the air around it. Okay, it's some kind of cold serpent. Not just invented. Obviously, it's out of First Age Middle-earth lore. This creature is normally found at depths of 150 feet. It is unintelligent. Nothing is known about its attack. Encountering another will be worth 15 experience. Killing one will be worth 30. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. Let's kill this orc. Oh, we got something out of it. These guys noticed us. Oops, green potion. Because the wolves are unintelligent, I can back into the door here, and same thing with the serpent, and expect reasonably for them to come to us. The orcs might not be that dumb. Okay. Got a bunch of altars here that we can use repeatedly. I'll have to figure out how. Let's finish exploring the level, as I said, first. So we have a better idea if we need like a bow, or can we make a bow? I wouldn't mind getting a bow. We gave ourselves decent archery skill, and I haven't been able to use that skill. I'm also not sure how to learn a song. I wouldn't mind being able to showcase that for you, but I don't know offhand how to do so, given we didn't start with a song. My other characters start with a song, as I recall. Maybe I'm wrong. Here we go. We're trying to pick a lock. Now, there are other ways. You can press shift in direction. No, maybe it's control in the direction? Yeah. You can slam yourself into the door to try and open it. The door holds firm. I've been stunned, as you can see. That's not good, as this guy comes at me. So while I'm stunned, I don't fight as well, I guess. I don't really know, to be honest. Let's just try and pick the lock, although we're not good at that. I was picking it by bumping into it repeatedly. I'm going to hold down the right key. There we go. Didn't notice if I got experience for that. Might have. That appears to be the level. Let's see what we can do about... Oh, fuck me. There's some scouts. I wonder if new monsters to the level come down from stairs, or like if they don't just spawn the way they would, say, in Angband. Oh, fuck. I went down. Why? To get away from those guys. Did they follow me? No. Thank God. Comes an orc, though. Let's deal with them. I guess we'll never get back up to those darned altars, but it was that or die, right? Alright, let's rest over here. Oh, a trap. A flash trap. Pillar dancing with this damn orc. He got away from me. Alright. I mean, can we go back up? Maybe we should. Well, let's explore here for now. We'll save that as an escape route. I would have liked to have tried to use the altar there. Let me just check the time in a second here. Those orcish scouts are tougher than I expected. That murky brown potion. Pair of greaves. -1 to hit, but it would absorb a little bit of damage. I'm putting it on, man. I'm putting on whatever I can. If we examine... Oops, I forgot. Oops, sorry. Examine the short sword. I'm just curious if it... How do I know about his parrying ability? Is there any chance... Oh, maybe the square bracket is his parrying ability. I don't know. Maybe that's what that means. I should know that from the manual. I just forget, to be honest with you. Oh, yeah. I'm checking the time. I forgot about that. So let's... We're at 35 minutes here. Let me quit and save here. And I'll return a little later today and keep playing because I'm really enjoying this. I'll talk to you guys soon. File. I won't even exit. I'll just stop recording and start recording again.